Welcome back, everyone, to LBS Responds To, episode number 100. So yes, welcome back, everyone, to another LEGO video. Today I have the 100th installment of my weekly Q&A series I do here on my channel. And yeah, I just want to start off by saying, big thank you to everyone. I mean, this has been truly incredible. This video will be kind of long. If you guys want to just skip to the questions, I will have timestamps down below. But there are a few things I want to kind of, knock out at the beginning, then get into the questions. I'll be doing a rapid fire section of the Q&A also, and then a few more things I want to talk about at the end. So definitely stay tuned for all of it. But nonetheless, one really quick thing I want to bring up first off. If you guys watched the video yesterday, I was talking about, DM me over on Instagram if you guys want a contact for the 212 foil bags. As of right now, as of, the day of filming this video, Saturday, February 18th, my source is out of stock. He had over 4,000 of them, 2 or 3 weeks ago. And between, I bought 50 of them, and a lot of you guys bought, clearly almost 4,000 of them. So at that point, he is out of stock for now. If he ever gets more in, I will let you guys know, and then I will send you guys his way. And to celebrate the 100th episode, I do want to do a quick little LEGO Star Wars giveaway for you guys. So pretty much to enter this giveaway, I'll be giving away one of these new 2023 501st Battle Pack 75345. This is international, pretty much. If you guys are in the USA, I will ship it through Amazon to your house. If you guys are international, I will just PayPal you $20. All you guys have to do to enter is comment down below when you guys started following my account. When did you guys subscribe? Were you guys watching the videos, 5-6 years ago? Did you guys catch, some of the first episodes of this series? Let me know when you guys subscribe to my channel. Also leave a like on the video. Be sure you guys are subscribed to this channel, and that's all you guys have to do. And I will pick the winner next week, and I'll do a live, comment picker for the winner, and I'll put it in the video next week. So that is that, guys. And be sure, if you guys want to enter the big giveaway going on my channel right now, that is ending at the end of February. There's actually 12 more possibilities of winning a prize. I'm giving away 10 more of these: a TIE Bomber, a Tusken Raider Brickhead, a Slave 1 Microfighter, and everything like that. So one last thing before I get into the actual questions, guys, is I started this series back May 9th of 2019, so it's truthfully been about 4 years. A lot of off and ons for this series. The first couple episodes were definitely slower, and if anything, actually right here, I will throw like the first 20 seconds ever of this series just to kind of see how far I've actually come. Welcome back, everybody, to the first episode of LBS Responds To. In this video, I have a couple questions I will be answering. So yeah, guys, this is the first episode of this series. I will be doing this probably every couple weeks. If you guys have any questions other than the ones answered in this video, leave them down below. I'll be sure to pick them and answer them. So yeah, guys, so that was definitely pretty cool to see. Like I said, I looked way different back then. My camera setup was crazy. I don't know why I was so far away from the camera. And back then, I don't know, I was just not comfortable in front of camera yet. But I feel like nowadays, it's clearly, I'm a lot more comfortable talking with you guys. A lot more, still not like, super energetic, not like crazy personality, but, I am a lot more, I guess positive and talking louder at least, and eye contact with the camera and everything like that. So that's pretty much everything, guys. The 100 episodes in, I don't feel like stopping anytime soon. I love doing this series. And with all that being said, let's get into the first question of today's video, guys. So getting into the questions here, we have it's_not_a_moon. Ask LBS, have you ever built any MOCS? If not, will you ever get into it? Love your videos. Always excited for a new video. So yeah, no disrespect towards you, but it is very humorous now that, come 2023, there are probably, many of you guys, if not probably 80% of you guys, that don't even know that, LifeBricks, myself, was a mock builder, 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago. Like, that's pretty much how I came up over the years. When I first started, LEGO YouTube, I was kind of one of those guys making the big LEGO Star Wars MOCs. I was never making, like, say, David, solid bricks level mock. But I was definitely making some very cool mocks. So nonetheless, to answer your question, have I built any mocks? Yes, I have. I've probably built every bit of maybe 15 to 20 of them. But I have built and uploaded probably 10 or 12 very nice LEGO Star Wars mocks that I have a feeling you would probably want to go look at. And the same for everyone else. They're on my channel. Some of the most popular videos on my channel. I've got Naboo, I've got Deveron, I've got a Nexus, I've got 2 Umbara mocks, I've got Scarif, I've got some mini mocks, but most of them are pretty big as well. So will I ever get into it? Is I have gotten into it, and I want to get into it again. I've started a couple mocks over the past year or two, kind of canceled them, kind of push them to the side. I've had a lot of stuff going on, so hopefully sometime this year I'm gonna put my mind to it and find some time and get something going. Since nonetheless, of the fact it's been a while, it's definitely just very therapeutic building a LEGO Star Wars MOC. So yeah, hopefully this year, man. But nonetheless, I've got a pretty big playlist of old LEGO Star Wars MOCS that I recommend everyone go check out at some point. So yeah, thanks for the question, man. Next up, we have Wolfie. Ask LBS, do you think the Duel on Mandalore set will go up in value with the release of The Mandalorian Season 3? So I would assume, you're talking about the $20 Darth Maul versus Ahsoka set, and mainly for the fact of just the actual throne there, is in the set, just like how it will be in Mandalorian Season 3. And, me personally, I don't think so. Again, you guys know me, I advocate for stuff whenever things can go up. I give my true opinions, and I don't think that the actual Mandalorian Season 3, say in the next 2 or 3 months as it's airing and, some of the hype is going around it, I do not think that itself will affect that set's value pretty much whatsoever. Fundamentally, the minifigures are different anyway. And I think, again, not a lot of people are going to be able to, really care enough to make that correlation of, I need Bo-Katan sitting in that throne. Maybe there's a couple people, maybe now that I bring it up, maybe there's more of you guys that want to go out and get it. But I think it was clearance enough. I think a lot of people got it anyway. If they are a fan of Mandalore, they picked it up for $20 or $16 on sale, where, look, I'm not going to say it's impossible, but I would strongly think it's not going to go up in value. So yeah, there's my opinion on that. Next up, we have Green Bricks. He says, what is your favorite time for LEGO releases? So over the years, there's two in particular. I would say, every single year, I think May 4th, for being a LEGO Star Wars fan, definitely is a pretty good time. Most of the time I do go to the LEGO store, pick up some very cool stuff, get some stuff on sale, get the nice promos, and, usually have a nice couple $100 LEGO Star Wars haul. Maybe, a new thing here and there, the new UCS set most of the years, and I usually have a pretty good time. But I think another, one that really just feels good and feels right, even more so than May 4th, and it's something we've been lacking for the past couple of years. It's not LEGO's fault per se, but it's more so just Lucasfilm's fault of, not just kind of putting the event together, I guess, not coming out with content, not coming out with movies, would be Force Friday. So I think we all kind of remember, the days of 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, Force Friday, usually in October, I believe, all those years. And it was just a very good time. I have very fond memories of especially the 2019 Force Friday. I went out, I got a little bit of Lego, I got a little bit of Black Series, a couple Funko Pops, and I went out in the morning, met quite a few people, just kind of randoms, throughout my day, and it was a very good time. So I think Force Friday and May 4th, in my opinion, for LEGO Star Wars fans at least, are probably the top two. Other than that, I think LEGO releases are all kind of the same. Sometimes you go to the LEGO store, sometimes you don't, and sometimes you just get it online. And it seems like lately, though, which is kind of cool, I will give LEGO some credit. I do like the fact they're releasing so much more stuff on different days. I think it just, gives us kind of more to look forward to. And of course, brings us into the LEGO store more often to spend more money. So yeah, thanks for the question. So moving on, we got Cole Mullis right here. Ask LBS, I've been enjoying your videos, but do you think there's an opportunity LEGO will ever put Galactic Marines or Commander Bakara in a set? So yeah, I strongly do think so. I think ever since 2020, when LEGO's been, kind of making more clone troopers, giving us different legions, I definitely think it's somewhere up LEGO's alley to bare minimum give us Galactic Marines. I think that's been one thing where pretty much ever since 2005, I've been very surprised LEGO's not put those in anything. We did not see them in Clone Wars, whatsoever. So I'll give them a little bit of, leeway there. In Clone Wars era sets, it makes sense. Don't put them in there. We never truly saw them there, so I can't blame them. But I think back in say 05, 06, 07, and say even these past, 3 or 4 years, I'm very surprised LEGO's never just taken their Snowtrooper design and just make it dark red, make it, some dark bluish gray, make it a Galactic Marine and call it a day at that point. I think all of us would be fine. Again, back in the day, give us a cloth piece. Nowadays, maybe not, but I think nonetheless, that's all it takes for LEGO. Give us the exact same molds, just give us different colors pretty much at that point, and call it a day. I think Commander Bakara, if they were to make it accurate, of course, that kind of involves a whole new helmet, mold, which at that point, would LEGO ever do that? I would hope so eventually, and I think the perfect opportunity coming up here, I think really, if it's not 2025, I don't think it's going to be for a while, because 2025, $100 UTAT, give us Commander Bakara, Ki-Adi-Mundi, 2 Galactic Marines, 2 Super Battle Droids, 2025, $100, 20th anniversary Revenge of the Sith, call it a day. So there's my prediction. If we don't get them then, I don't think we ever will. So thanks for the question, man. Next up, we have Nicholas Lousing right here. A while back, one of my friends laughed at me after they found out I was a T-Fall, teen fan of LEGO. Any advice besides ignoring them and how to prove that LEGO isn't just for kids? I love your work. You make great content. So yeah, thank you so much. And sorry to see that your friend is making fun of you for liking LEGO. Quick little history on me, I guess. Luckily, I never really had that problem growing up. I'm very fortunate. So I can't really give you any like true advice coming from me personally, because I was very fortunate, as I was kind of coming up in high school, doing the LEGO thing that, it was a job for me. So, my friends just overall respected the fact, like, I was able to make it a job, make money off of it, and, pretty much just show them that way. But I saw someone actually reply to your comment pretty much saying, if you want to show them without just ignoring them, why it's not just for kids anymore. I definitely think the overall demographic has changed. I mean, bottom line of it, we have, 18 plus sets now. I think, show them the LEGO investing market. Even if you don't do it yourself, just show them the fact of like, look, like, me even buying these sets now, even if you're just a collector, like even if you are factually just a collector, tell them like, hey, look, like, when I spend $500 on this LEGO haul, even if I build it, it's going to retain that $500 value, say 5 years from now. So, start telling them that, just show them, these LEGO conventions, show them all the adults and stuff, just let them know, like, look, I mean, most of the community these days are people over 18. Like, there's a lot of 18-year-olds, a lot of 25-year-olds, there's a lot of, actual, true 40, 50, 60, 70-year-olds too in the LEGO space, where maybe more so 10, 15 years ago that wasn't the case. So show them some of that stuff, but again, bottom line of it, ignore the hate from them. If you're still friends with them, if everything's still fine outside of the fact, they might just be teasing you about the LEGO aspect. I think just let them know, look, I mean, the LEGO space has changed. Show them all that type of stuff. Even if that's not you per se, even if you're younger, let them know. There are A-falls out there. There's people doing big things with LEGO, and I think that'll pretty much help you out there. So yeah, definitely let me know how it works out. And I would assume so. If you can't even get that through to your friend, I would just say that's not really a true friend at that point. If they can't, in general, respect the hobby, let alone understand where you're coming from in the aspect of like, you're doing you're having a good time, you're not necessarily losing money collecting LEGO, like I said, on the investing side of things, just buying stuff now, selling it later if you ever will. So there's my thoughts on that, and sorry to hear that he's making fun of you, man. So next up, you have Keith Crane. How much would it take for you to never buy, build, or sell another LEGO set for the rest of your life? 100,000, 500,000, 1 million, or more? Keep up the great content, and congrats on 100 episodes. Thank you so much, man. And to really kind of strongly think about that, my overall goal right now is to make LEGO my full-time job. Like, again, it has been, but, I want to be able to move out, start a family, and really be able to fund everything I want to do in my life, say for the next 40 years, So think about that in that aspect. This is my dream job and my passion, my true hobby. I'm so knowledgeable in it where I would almost have to say like, something like 10 mil, like a price tag like 10 million where, I could stretch that out, have a really good time, invest properly and let that 10 million pretty much pay for the rest of my life, the next 40, 50 years of my life, where even if I do say get a job just to kind of keep me busy, make a little extra money, and have to kind of get something I'm not too passionate about, at least I have all that money backed up where I can confidently say like, look, I'm living large, So I would say like 10 mil at that point, because I don't think $100,000, that would not do it for sure. I am close to making that on an annual basis anyway. So it's like, and pretty soon here I will be surpassing that. So thinking about it in a lifetime aspect, taking kind of one annual, salary almost to never do my hobby or passion ever again, that's a no-no. So I think $10 million, that's my floor, because I love doing this, and thank you so much for the question. So next up, we have Steven Uceda. Ask LBS, do you think we will ever see a remake of Cloud City again? Either MBS or UCS or a diorama. So, the thing is with this, so I think fundamentally the 2018 one did not sell well. That's why it's so expensive now, because when they put it out, they put the 2018, Master Builder Series set out, that did not sell well at all, so they took it off of shelves pretty quick. That was only on shelves, I believe, for, I want to say 8 months. Am I wrong on that? Maybe it was a little over a year, but definitely between like 8 months and like 16 months, like a very short shelf life for a bigger set, especially when it's, $350, only sold at the LEGO stores. Not a lot of people had time to get it for that price, and not a lot of them are, in circulation. So that's why that set now is like $800, only like 2 years later, after retirement. So I think it's going to be a while for them to really kind of rethink how they want to do that. So I want to say MBS and UCS are probably off the table, but I think diorama is probably the most likely. I think, you come in there with $100, almost like, if you really think about it, like the one from 2003 is almost in like a classic like diorama scale almost. If you really clean that up a little bit, make it a little bit more pretty, that really is almost like a diorama. So I feel like maybe something like the 2003 one in the next couple of years, but I really strongly think like a UCS or an MBS one. Lego kind of realized like, look, yeah, for some reason this just ain't selling. People don't want this, and I think it's going to be quite a while until we get a bigger one. So there's my thoughts on that, and definitely leave your thoughts down below, everyone. When do you think the next Cloud City will come from LEGO Star Wars? So next up, we have Garrett Plays. He says, ask LBS, do you think that this year we will see a big Separatist wave of LEGO since it's the 20th anniversary of Clone Wars, and what do you think could be released if there is any? So I don't know the list yet. There are people that do know the list. So the list is out there. I do know that. Yeah, but it's not public yet. I don't know it yet. Again, I'm hoping in the next 2 days or so, we should know it, or at least it's public, or maybe they'll send it to me first, or send it to someone at least. But there are a few people that know the list, so, and they've known about it for a week or two now. So from what I've heard about it, though, again, no confirmation on anything, but the biggest things to take away from it is going to be a controversial list. There are some out of the park things they're doing, some things that you would just think like, what is LEGO doing this year? And we're going to be pretty disappointed with the fact of there may or may not be any more Clone Wars sets. I'm not saying there's not going to be prequel sets, but Clone Wars orientated sets with, the 20th anniversary logo on it, there might not be any more this summer. So with that in mind, of course, Separatist wave, at least based off the Clone Wars, probably not. The one thing I will say, though, there's a small hint. I heard this from, someone I know, whether it's just a rumor or he heard it from someone. He did say a Naboo Starfighter possibly this year. Again, take that with a huge grain of salt. There could be a, $45 or $55 or $60 Naboo Starfighter, where that is a prequel set, because I had, I did hear there will be some prequel sets, that's on the table this year, but Clone Wars itself, I don't think so. So unless they do something episode 1 related, for the droids and Separatist and Trade Federation, I don't think there will be any Clone Wars sets for droids this summer. But if there were to be any, I've always kind of made the assumption, maybe a Corporate Alliance tank droid, maybe a homing spider droid, give us something for $35 and kind of fill in that gap, give us a cool minifigure or two, and just reuse the same homing spider droid they've done 3 other times, in the past 10 years. But at this point, I don't know. But like I said, hopefully by the end of the weekend, if not the next 3 or 4 days, the official list will be out, and we'll know then, man. Next up, we have a name right here. Ask LBS, do you think that we should expect another Moff Gideon minifigure in the near future? He's only been in 1 set so far. So I don't think we will ever get another Moff Gideon in the exact same outfit we got in the Light Cruiser. And, if you want to kind of stray away from some Mandalorian Season 3 spoilers, nothing confirmed, but the rumors, skip ahead maybe 20 seconds, but pretty much the rumor from Moff Gideon in Season 3, of course, he'll be in jail for most of it, and then we'll learn some history, and he'll get new armor involving a red Mandalorian armor. Okay, so if that is the case, say he's, stripped out of his Imperial armor in prison and like a jumpsuit for the first couple episodes, then maybe he gets a new set of Mandalorian armor, wherever that plot line goes. I doubt LEGO will be that naive and not give us either of those outfits if they say put him into a set, later in the summer, early next year. So if he's never in his Imperial outfit ever again, I don't think we'll ever see that minifigure ever again. And in that regard, he's like $40-50 now. I have a feeling he'll keep on going up and up. That's a really good minifigure. A lot of people like Moff Gideon. If, we continue to get him in more seasons, more cool scenes, more backstory of him, I feel like people will want to go back and get that OG version of him, like how he was for 2 seasons. So that's what I know about it. I personally want to say we will never see that exact Moff Gideon ever again, but only time will tell, man. So yeah, that's all the questions right now, and basically for the rest of this video, there's about 15 minutes worth of rapid fire questions, so definitely stay tuned for that. And then the outro, I've already filmed all that. So that's all the real questions though, guys. If you guys don't want to stay tuned for the rapid fire stuff, nonetheless, leave your real questions down below for next week, and of course I will answer them. But if you guys are staying for the rapid fire stuff, that's coming up next, guys. So I'll see you guys all then. So we're about halfway through the questions, and I just feel like going through these rapid fire ones right now. Pretty much what I'll do is I'll just throw up the question on the screen and to give my quickest answer possible. And there are a few of these I got to skip over. They're questions that, have a lot more than just one word answer. But let's start off. We have EX Croft. What's your favorite pizza topping combo? If I'm going at a professional pizza spot, I will do sausage and spinach. But if I'm just doing like a fast food pizza somewhere, I will just do sausage. Customs worth it. I definitely think, official customs are worth it. Make sure they're not, fake Chinese plastic. And I do think customs are worth it from the right companies. Best helmet set. I think I've still got to give that probably to the Scout Trooper. I think either the Scout Trooper or Boba Fett are definitely the most accurate, although Captain Rex is very cool to have. Favorite LEGO Star Wars Commander. I think, between Phase 1 or Phase 2, I still always have to do the classic Phase 1 Captain Rex. Very nostalgic for me. Favorite LEGO Star Wars set from 2022. On my list, I did a tier maker, and I do got to give it to the actual N1 Starfighter from The Mandalorian. Then continuing on, we have favorite current Star Wars show / series. Mine is The Mandalorian. Mine is also The Mandalorian. Favorite Star Wars character except Anakin, definitely Darth Maul. What's the best Clone Wars minifig ever made? I think the classic Phase 1 Clone Wars clone will always be a very screen accurate and my favorite. What Clone Legion do you want LEGO to make as a battle pack? At this point, probably the Doom squad. Doom's Legion, Commander Doom. I think his Legion would be awesome. What's your favorite car brand? I think daily driver-wise, Ford. But if we're going, high performance, supercar, hypercar, definitely McLaren. The perfect year for LEGO Star Wars, I definitely think, is 2014. First Star Wars figure, I guess at that point it would be the Clone Wars Anakin and the Clone Wars R2-D2 from the Anakin's Jedi Starfighter from 08. If you could make one helmet set, what would it be? I think currently at this point it would be probably Kylo Ren. I'm very surprised, LEGO's not actually touched, Kylo Ren yet. What is your favorite third-party LEGO store? Definitely Clone Army Customs, online and their in-person shop. I absolutely love them. Great owners, really good people over there. Been around for almost 15 years, and I like to support them whenever I can. Then we have Asher McKay saying, what is your favorite minifigure hair? I definitely think it's the Sirius Black or Old Man Luke hair. Kind of the long hair in the back. It comes in dark brown, dark tan, and I believe maybe reddish brown. Next up, we have a favorite clone armor phase. I would say, look, Phase 2, I think, looks a lot better. But, the Clone Wars Clone Armor, Phase 1 will always be, an all-time classic for me. Then we have favorite Clone Wars arc. I definitely got to give that to the Darth Maul Mandalore Season 5 arc. When Darth Maul took over Mandalore, fought Pre-Vizsla, and everything like that. That's always been a fan favorite of mine. Favorite video game of all time, this is a tough one, is between MW3, Left 4 Dead 2, or Pokemon Platinum. But genuinely, just based off of all the memories I had on it, all the friends I made, and just overall just how good I was, and the most amount of hours I put into it, I would say probably MW3, but it's a very close second with Left 4 Dead 2. I put, hundreds of days into both of those, game time-wise, so, but probably MW3. Favorite LEGO minifigure, I'm going to go non-Star Wars for this one, and I got to say probably Heath Ledger Joker from the 2014 Tumblr, I believe, 2014. Then we have favorite movie of all time. For Star Wars, it's definitely Revenge of the Sith. For Marvel, it's Winter Soldier. And for DC, it's definitely, I like Dark Knight Rises more than Dark Knight, so Dark Knight Rises. Then we have a favorite battle pack, definitely the 2009 Clone Walker battle pack will always be a favorite. Favorite drink, such as soda / water. I'm always been a big water guy. I love water, but if I am doing something, say, out and about, a nice cherry Coke definitely helps. I've always been a big cherry Coke guy. Worst Star Wars movie, I got to give that to Episode 8. I think Episode 8 deserves a little bit more hate than Episode 9, because if Episode 8 was good, or at least even a little bit better, then it would have not set up Episode 9 for failure, So, favorite TV show ever, non-Star Wars related, Walking Dead, but I think a lot of you guys know that, so I'll kind of give you guys a rough breakdown of a couple of my top shows. Walking Dead, The 100, Revolution, Stranger Things, 13 Reasons Why was pretty good back in the day when I was watching that. I caught it, when it first came out. And that's pretty much that. I'm watching The Boys right now, and it's pretty cool too. So, non-Star Wars related, that's kind of like my top 5 or 6 right there. Favorite clone commander, Captain Rex. I guess, if we're going commander, hear me out. If we're going commander, not captain, probably just Cody at that point. But like I said, I do like Doom's, design. I do wish we saw more Commander Doom, in the Clone Wars, in Bad Batch, and I hope we eventually get a little update on him. Favorite car, again, I think a realistic kind of dream car would be a GT500 or, Shelby GT500, 2020 through 2022, those 3 years, kind of unrealistic. I mean, I guess, still realistic, but, all-time dream car. If I had, $10 million, I would get a McLaren 720S. That's my dream car. And then we have, what's your opinion? What is the most underrated Star Wars character ever? If we want to get a legitimate take from me, I really do think Meeber Gascon from the Clone Wars, like, that's not meant to be funny at all either. I really do appreciate him. I really think he's a great character. I'm a big fan of him. And, bottom line of it, I hope we do eventually see him in the Bad Batch. Whether he's Imperial, whether he's, part of the Rebellion now, I would pay $500 just to be able to catch him in 10 minutes in an episode, since I really do think he's underrated. Then we have, what was your dream job when you were younger before YouTube? So the top 3 things I always kind of thought I was going to be growing up was either going to be a teacher, a school teacher, a police officer, and that was always mainly just to get a Dodge Charger as the cop car. I always felt if I did not get a Dodge Charger as my first police car, when working, that I would just quit. But so police officer for the car, I guess. Although again, I think it's relatively cool, serving your your town and your community. But the car was always kind of the driving factor for that. And third thing, which honestly I was kind of trying to pursue for a little bit there, and I always really thought I was going to still maybe be that on the side. It was going to be an interior designer. I've always thought I had, good kind of design techniques, and, I was always good at making MOCS back in the day. So at least for a while there, my creative juices were kind of flowing pretty well. Then we have, who was your favorite teacher at my high school? So this was a person that actually went to my high school. We figured that out. And if you're watching this, man, I'm not too sure if they were teaching when you were around, but definitely Miss Leslie and Miss O'Neill for interactive media for me. I don't know if they had that when you were at school, but you're pretty much an English teacher. They were doing AP English, but I had them freshman year for interactive media. Great combination, and I was very good friends with them and respected them a lot all throughout all 4 years. Then do we think Phase 2 Rex would be or I guess any type of Rex would be a May 4th promo? I do not. I don't think they would do that. We have a favorite LEGO Star Wars year, definitely 2014. Favorite Bad Batch member and figure, definitely Hunter all day. Like I said, I think either way. I think minifigure wise and actually in the show, Hunter is really the only one that's tolerable for me. I think all the rest have their flaws, and people like Wrecker have just been getting on my nerves. Of course, Omega, nowhere near my favorite. Tech is all right. I really feel like Echo's gotten shafted in the Bad Batch show in season 1 and 2. So definitely Hunter. Do I think we'll get Rogue One remakes anytime soon? I definitely think pretty soon here. Probably maybe in a year or two. I think after some of this Disney Plus show stuff, and really once they start catching up on everything they should be doing, I think Rogue One might have a little bit more of a presence in the Star Wars community again. Then when do I think new plane Phase 2 clones will be coming out? If I had to say, I think it could possibly be as early as this summer. Some of the things I've heard, though, that it's going to be very controversial. There are people that actually know the list right now, so I think I would be hearing a little bit more murmurings if there was Phase 2 clones. So I think at this point, the earliest could obviously be like, 2024 winter in a battle pack, but I think realistically, I got a bad feeling it'll be like 2025. Maybe for like Revenge of the Sith anniversary if they do anything for that. Then we have all-time favorite Star Wars species. I've always been a big fan of Zabrax, Darth Maul, Savage Opress. I've always liked them. Favorite Jedi, Anakin Skywalker, of course. Then we have between the TIE Fighter, Bomber, Interceptor, or Defender, which one is your favorite? I think in universe, I think the Bomber's the best, but I really do got to give the Defender a lot of credit. And one that's actually not on your list right there, but Lego-wise, definitely the TIE Crawler is pretty cool in my opinion. Then we have, hey, I love your work and I follow you on TikTok. Well, I get put into the video. Yes, I'll put you into the video just for commenting that. Favorite animal, definitely tigers. Favorite Darth Vader, Lego minifig variant. Definitely the Chrome Darth Vader, which you guys might be able to see back there. Chrome Darth Vader. Then we have, do I think that I'll ever be making other content for YouTube aside for Lego? And ideally, yes, at some point. If you guys actually went back on my channel like 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, there's actually some other content kind of sprinkled in on this channel. I did a little bit of gaming. I did some reptile stuff back in the day. I did some like Nike hauls, like some shoe hauls, and some other stuff like that. And Funko Pop stuff too. Funko Pop stuff was kind of a bigger thing on the channel in like 2018. I'm kind of glad I got out of that though. But eventually it would not be on this channel, but maybe other channels. Then we have, what is your favorite episode 3 set of all time? I think the 2005 Turbo Tank probably. If not, the Duel on Mustafar, the OG one. I definitely think it doesn't really hold up to today's standards, but I could only imagine being a kid back in the day and getting that set. I really do think that it was very good for the time at least. Then we have do I like Lego Marvel? Lego Marvel for the most part is kind of lackluster. I think the minifigures carry pretty much every set. I do like stuff like the Quinjet, although I guess you guys can't see it anymore. It's over there, but there are a few Lego Marvel sets I like. I want to get like the big helicarrier. I do like Marvel itself. I do like the MCU. So I wish that Lego and Marvel could be doing a little bit better of things, but I feel like lately both the MCU and Lego have both been pretty lackluster. Then we have favorite Clone Wars set. Probably just Clone Walker Battle Pack, Turbo Tank, 2010 Turbo Tank. Those are probably my top two. ATO2 with the dropship's always been a fan favorite. So although I think nostalgia wise, look, we're going first Lego set ever, 2008. Anakin's Jedi Starfighter. That was my first set, so I think that's always been a fan favorite. What editing program do you use? Just iMovie. Favorite personal non-Star Wars set? Definitely either the UCS tumblers. I think build-wise, the new one's better, of course, but I do definitely like the older one, the Heath Ledger Joker, a little bit better there. Favorite McNugget sauce? I've always been a big fan of sweet and sour sauce from McDonald's. Ranch or ketchup for chicken nuggets. For chicken nuggets in particular, probably ranch, but I do like ketchup on stuff too. Then we have favorite shoe brand, definitely Adidas. I was a big Nike guy growing up, but ever since 2016 summer, I pretty much went all Adidas, man. Like the amount of NMDs I have and Ultra Boost are crazy. Like not even just counting, like what are the odds, that there's Lego Ultra Boost shoes too that I have back there. But for my personal collection, I went pretty crazy. I've got Yeezys, I've got NMDs, Ultra Boost, everything like that. Very good brand in my opinion. I love Adidas so much more than Nike now. Favorite Droid minifigure? I've always been a big fan of the 2007 Copper Droideka. Always was very cool. Then we have favorite MOC I've ever built. That's a tough one, man. The Naboo MOC was always, a classic one to me. But I got to be honest, one that's always just really kind of stuck in my mind, like how the heck did I do that looking back, was my Nexus MOC, man. That was crazy, dude. The amount of rock work, the height on that MOC. I mean, that MOC was literally like 5 feet tall, dude, and it was all just rock work, the waterfall, all the little, greebling of rocks and terrain and landscapes. So definitely a Nexus, man. That was always one that just looking back, I'm like, how did I do that, Next up, we have, do I like Harry Potter? I've personally watched the first 3 movies. I do eventually maybe want to get into watching the rest, but honestly, at this point, I'd almost rather not watch those just so I have no chances of actually kind of liking the franchise. I don't want to hate it, but I also don't really want to get into Harry Potter and feel like I need to get all the Lego sets. Then we have favorite Clone Wars episode. This actually might surprise you guys, but it's actually E-Menace. It's the very first episode of the Darth Maul and Mandalore arc in season 5. That's always been a fan favorite. Jango Fett or Boba Fett? Definitely Boba Fett. Then we have, what are the cans behind your head? If you're talking about these are LEGO Star Wars pens. From the early 2000s. Then we have, how was your day going? So my day actually just got started. It's like 5:30 in the morning right now, and I got up at about 2 a.m. I packed up a couple Bricklink orders, so far my day's going all right. Hopefully I can get this Q&A video up today. It's going to be a long one, since I believe just this right here is already like 15 minutes, and that's not including the intro, outro, and actually doing like the legit like 10 or 12 questions. So this will be a long one, and hopefully everything goes right and I can get it uploaded today. I plan on getting a little pizza later too, a little Chicago deep dish if you guys are around here. I'm a big fan of Giordano's deep dish, so I'll probably be getting one of those tonight for dinner. Then we have you ever used your own part collection to build a set you wanted? Yes, I have. This has been a pretty easy thing for me. I've got a huge Bricklink store to pick from, a huge personal collection to pick from, so whenever I'm missing parts, or I guess to answer your question, I've never fully made a set doing with my own parts and Bricklink parts, but stuff like, say, like the Batmobile or the Bat Pods, those exclusive Bat Pods, when I was parting those together, I seriously had about 85% of the parts between my Bricklink store and my personal collection. So I've definitely done it before. Then we have favorite Star Wars set of all time, definitely the 2010 UCS Imperial Shuttle. I want that set so badly, man. I would love to build it. I would love to display it, and I want to get a brand new sealed one to make sure it's not yellowed or dirty. Then we have, what is your favorite Clone Legion? I think 501st just fundamentally, but like I kind of said previous in this little rapid fire area, the Doom Legion has definitely been a fan favorite lately too. I love their design. I love Commander Doom. And then we have, where did I get the huge B1 battle droid that's in the background? I need one. So that right there is from Mercari. So the seller does not make it anymore. I bought a second thing from him. It came in broken. He kind of scammed me. He deleted his account. account. He's not on there anymore, but I paid like $28 for this one. It's definitely been well worth it. But yeah, I got it off of Mercari like a year and a half ago. The seller's not there anymore though, sadly. Will I be going to Brick World Indy in March? Yes, I will. So I'm only like 2 hours away from it. I won't be displaying there. Really no one I know is going there, but I will definitely probably go there. At least one of the days, public day, I'll probably grab a hotel room down there. Maybe, stay in one of the skyscraper hotel rooms, kind of get a nice view, chill out for the weekend, and then drive back the next day. So I'll definitely probably be down there at least one of the days. But yeah, nonetheless though, guys, that's the rapid fire, questions right there. There's a couple I skipped over, a couple kind of, ones that would have taken too long of answers or inappropriate questions. But one thing I guess, no one's actually asked me. And I feel like just for my own sake of, rapid fire questions, I will say my favorite color is red. Okay, on that note though, guys, let's close off the video here. I figured I'm actually going to put this at the end of the original questions. So at this point, let's move to the outro and then we'll close it off, guys. All right, well, on that note, guys, let's close off this video. So I do want to just kind of talk to you guys for a couple minutes. If you guys don't want to listen to me, just go ahead and enter the giveaway and kind of call it a day on that one. I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. But if you guys do want to listen to me for a couple minutes, I really just wanted to say thank you for all the support on the channel recently, and especially this series. Of course, look, I don't take it for granted at all. It's truly just making my dream come true. Again, numbers aren't everything, but when you're kind of running a company or business based off, analytical success, it's definitely great seeing numbers up. Numbers are up, 500 to 800% in the past couple months when compared to, say, the months prior to that. So definitely pretty crazy. I don't want to slow up anytime soon. I want to keep on this grind right here. And I do want to say just thank you, everyone. I mean, truthfully, it's super enjoyable. Q&A series are not a new thing. Like, I did not come up with this, idea ever, but I'm glad I got back in like 2019. Again, I wasn't first, but, I definitely was before a lot of other people, but nonetheless, that doesn't really matter. But what I will say is I'm definitely fortunate that you guys have allowed me to, do this Q&A series, do it weekly, and just be myself with you guys, answer questions, and, thousands of you guys every week, love listening to them. So it is just truly amazing. This is definitely my favorite type of video to make. Like, I love just talking with you guys, answering questions, and just calling it a day like that. I love doing it. So I don't want to stop anytime soon. And, at this current point, pretty much where this series will go, will just be weekly still. I definitely think, I think every Thursday I'm going to strive for. I know these have been coming out on a couple of Saturdays recently. Got to get a little bit better at that. The next one is coming out next Thursday. I guess leave your thoughts down below if you guys are still listening in, this far. Are 2 of these a week too much, you think? Like, if I were to start doing them, say, Wednesdays and Saturdays, would that just be a little too much? Should I just stick them to only 1 day a week? Should I ever do 2 days a week? And so we got a long ways to go, guys. I mean, I plan on doing this for as long as I'm a YouTuber. I think at the end of the day, even if I get out of LEGO ever, even if I, I don't know. I think nonetheless, even if I kind of slow up on YouTube ever, which I don't plan on it. Again, growth has been crazy. I don't want to, halt it. I want to keep on going. I want to make this a reality. I want to hit that 100K mark. I want to get that play button. So that's basically all, guys. I guess there's really nothing much more to talk about in today's video. I'll see you guys all in the next one. And my 10-year anniversary is coming up here next month too. So actually only 2 weeks. Actually, wow, that's coming up quick. My 10-year anniversary on YouTube is only 15 days away now. So that's definitely going to be pretty crazy, and we'll kind of talk more about kind of the history of everything then, and get a little bit more, personal with you guys. I plan on making like a 20-30 minute video on kind of like the history of LifeBricks. So nonetheless though, guys, that's pretty much all for this week. Be sure to leave your questions down below, of course, for the following Q&A video, and I'll see you guys all next week with another episode and another video tomorrow. And as always, guys, thank you guys all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more, and see you guys later. Stay safe.